Hey guys, it's Dan Wolf. Welcome back to the channel. One thing that we noticed today, it was actually kind of a leak that ThemeparkX found, and it's now actually leads to a non-existent link anymore from a concept in an architecture company called Hetzel Design. So it's Hetzel Design, based out of Los Angeles. And we got a little bit of a taste of what was to be, it looks like, as far as 2017 thinking what goes with SeaWorld Orlando. So basically, the article starts out, the article from ThemeparkX says, Hetzel Design has shared designs done for SeaWorld Orlando that are dated October 2017. And like we just said a second ago, that's not on Hetzel Design anymore as of 10:30 on September 5th. So I'm not sure if maybe SeaWorld reached out to them and said, hey, please get rid of that or take that link down quickly. But you know how the internet goes. It's kind of already out there. It's kind of out there on the interwebs now. But let me start that over. It says, Hetzel Design has shared designs done for SeaWorld Orlando that are dated October 2017. This was soon after Zhang Hong became involved in the company and perhaps when they were planning to put money into improving the parks. This is what's not on the website anymore either, because this is actual Hetzel Design's description that accompanied these concept art pieces. It says, Hetzel Design assisted the SeaWorld at turbulent times. Faced with negative publicity stemming from the Blackfish movie, the SeaWorld was having, I keep saying the instead of just saying SeaWorld. SeaWorld was having hard time making public aware of its massive environmental conservation and protection efforts. We were part of a major park overhaul, which included phasing out of the marine mammal shows. Note, it doesn't say specifically killer whales, but it does say phasing out marine animal shows and introduction of other media-based attractions that promoted animal health and ocean protection. A lot of great work went into this effort, but stays confidential to this date. A gateway hotel was also envisioned as a major entry point. So yeah, I mean, they were going full on, you know, Disneyland Paris, even really had that, you know, the kind of those really strong Shanghai, you know, Chinese vibes, Universal Studios Shanghai, just really going with that concept of a major resort would essentially be the entry gate. And man, it just seems like if things would have went like, you know, it looks like they were planning on going, it could have really put a different spin on SeaWorld. And like they mentioned, you know, say what you want. I mean, I know there's a lot of back and forth about, you know, the Blackfish movie now and what was factual and what really happened. But at that time, if they would have been able to, I think, secure the investment to really move away from the mammal shows, like they said, probably particularly the killer whale shows. And if this company, if Zhang Hong could have restructured them as just a theme park, coasters, rides, dark rides, and just focused on being a sea-themed park, could have changed the whole trajectory of what SeaWorld is nowadays. We know they were hit extremely, extremely hard since basically, you know, all the theme parks voluntarily shut down on March 16th. I think they said at the worst of it, SeaWorld only saw 300,000 guests for this third quarter. They said compare that to this time last year, and that's a drop of 6.2 million people. I believe it said what they brought in for this last quarter was like $18 million, like a complete train wreck. And you know, like we said, all of them are hurting, but it seems like SeaWorld definitely was on the more brunt end of the stick. And then also too, the ThemeparkX that goes on to say, regarding the concept art, Infinity Falls and Sesame Street Land can be seen as you continue around the park. That is where the design becomes drastically different. Instead of the under construction icebreaker coaster, and remember that's actually still coming, but it's just been pushed to 2021, just like Iron Gwazi. It says Sesame Street Land can be seen, but as you continue around the park, that is where the designs become drastically different. Instead of the under construction icebreaker coaster, a large launch coaster is seen with the station directly in front of Wild Arctic. And instead of the coaster heading towards Bayside Stadium, it instead heads along and over the Central Lake almost to Mako. And then it goes on to finish up. It says the coaster's color and design resembles that of Wavebreaker at SeaWorld San Antonio. And speaking of not particularly San Antonio, but SeaWorld San Diego, it kind of appears, kind of just looking into some of these articles, some of the overhaul out there, it seems like some of that's still planned. Like, I'm not sure I haven't read into the San Diego deal as much, but as far as the pandemic goes, I don't really know. But that one seems like it has the best chance to move forward. And we actually even had some killer whale reimagined habitat concept art for SeaWorld San Diego, but I think that was scrapped. It's, just a cost issue. They weren't really, it was kind of going to be like a massive aquarium exhibit for the killer whales, the orcas, but they weren't going to do shows anymore. You were just, and the concept art looks cool. If I can find it, I'll flash it up on here for you real quick, but they were going to try to mimic a natural environment, almost like an inlet bay, I believe they called it, that was going to house the killer whales. But like I said, no more shows, no more human interaction. It was just going to be like a really awesome looking aquarium. And they could have maybe lived out their lives a little better than it seems like they do now. It just seems like still a little creepy to me, but it's just always weird to just think this is what could have been. This was their thoughts, 3 years ago. And just, we really can't deny the hotel looks absolutely gorgeous. This front, really majestic rock work that comes up and has this huge waterfall feature that kind of breaks down along the rock as it makes its way into the lagoon. Looks like just all kinds of cool little rockways and little hideaways. Cabanas, infinity pools. You guys probably saw in some of the concept art that's waving by. They have some infinity pools that are like mixed in with waterfalls and rock work, and just looks, like I said, just looks absolutely incredible. But then, of course, like we always say, like Ruble Trillions and a couple of my buddies, we always talk concept, from what goes from concept art to what actually ends up happening is usually a massive difference. And I think this is a situation where Hetzel Design just has some incredible concept artists. I mean, they really just they killed it on this, whoever this was. But it also too, it shows different, like another kind of undersea type ride that you'll see. It looks like they're going to call it Voyage to the Abyss. Just really interesting stuff. And it's just, I doubt it's one of those things. It's probably just will never happen. But it looks like they were definitely pretty involved as far as the plans and stuff go. But like I said, too, we got to kind of take it with a grain of salt because we don't know, as far as Hetzel Design goes, what kind of liberties they took with their concept art. And as a matter of fact, we'll go through here at the end real quick, and I'll show you. It looks like they have a theme park section on their website, and one of the ones that stood out to me the most was they've got this theme park concept. I don't really. I'll go through some of the pictures here and just show you, but it is called Vedanta World, and it says location Novo Porto Vallarta, and it says there's magic and wonder brewing in Neret that might just bring about a revolution in entertainment. Already stunning, the high-end Vedanta Resort in Nuevo Vallarta will double in capacity over the next 3 years. A world-class theme park and an entertainment boardwalk featuring a major Cirque du Soleil attraction will anchor this new development. And then they go on to show this just insane concept art. And so, like I said, you just kind of wonder what would really become of this. Could they really make it look like this? got a little Indiana Jones action going on, it looks like, almost. But it looks like we got some treehouse cabanas. But just really, really awesome. It looks like even like they're planning a steampunk western section. It's then like almost like a retro 50s weird Athens vibe going on. I mean, it's like I don't really know what this park wants to be, but I know if they could ever pull it off, that would they definitely have some awesome concept art going. Really funky castle on the top of this mountain. It seems like that's like the park's weenie. But anyways, guys, yeah, I know we're kind of getting a little off topic here. We wanted to jump in and talk about SeaWorld and some of this leaked concept art, and I just wanted to see what you guys thought about this and what your thoughts are, and if you think it will ever happen, particularly given the situation we're in nowadays. But anyways, I'm S. Dan Wolf. As always, thank you for stopping by and hanging out with me, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you. See ya.